Hi guys, welcome back. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Poppy and I have created this channel to talk about life in the UK from the eye of someone who relocated here. So this video has been requested by some of you guys when I did the video about how to rent in the UK. I'll leave the link of that video in the description box as well so that you can go watch it if you haven't. I believe it's quite useful. Well, a lot of you guys said it was anyway. One thing I want to tap into before we get into the details, I am not the finance expert by any means, but I am just someone who aren't from the UK and relocated to the UK, and when I first moved over here, I had difficult time in getting any sort of credits. Even the phone contracts was difficult at that point. These tips are the ones that I implemented when I first moved over here, and they do help me as a foreigner moving to the UK to build my credit history in the UK. However, I do think these tips will actually help some of you who are from the UK but want to improve your existing credit scores as well. So if this is the kind of advice that you were looking for when you click on this thumbnail, then stick around. So first, let's set some expectations here. I don't think anyone can expect to see any changes immediately after implementing these tips. Personally, for me, it took me around 6 months to see some changes, but implement them and stick to them, and I promise you, you will see your credit score being improved. There are several websites that you can use to track your credit score, but the one that I use is called clearscore.co.uk. And as you can see on the screen, my credit score is 440 out of 700. It is indeed above average and classed as good. It could be better though, and I'll get into the reason why in a minute as to why it's not as good as I would like it to be. Alright guys, grab some pen and papers because we're getting into the details right now. So once you move to the UK, and assuming that you have UK address under your name, the first step will be getting a bank account. I mean, it's the basic thing and it's fundamental, but it is the thing that you should do as soon as you have UK address. When you have the UK address, go open the bank account, whichever bank, doesn't matter, and make sure that your income goes into that account and your expenses come out from that as well. Another thing that people said to me was to register to the Electoral Roll. This one I didn't really implement it myself because I can't vote, so I couldn't really register. But if you're from the country, I guess if you're from the EU, living in the UK, for now you can vote. So register yourself in the Electoral Roll so that they have a track record of where you live, and that actually looks good for the credit score agency. As you can see, it's actually said on ClearScore website that one of the things that negatively impacting my score is that I'm not registered on the Electoral Roll, but I just couldn't. What can I do? But hey ho, that's just one of the downfall. There are loads of other things that you can do. Now the second thing is getting yourself a credit card. Once you have a bank account, then get your credit card. So this is the third thing that I did to establish my residency in the UK. First, UK address, second, UK bank account, and third, UK credit card. Now, if you haven't done any of these yet, go do it right now, because these are the basics and they must be done for you in order to establish your credit history in the UK. Now, when it comes to credit card, there is actually a lot to talk about. As some of you know, I am an accounting girl, and credit card, I am aware, can be excellent tool in building your credit history in this case, for example. However, if it's not used well, it could be detrimental to your credit scores as well. Let's just tap to this in detail because there are a few things that I would like you to bear in mind. The first card you get is probably going to be a high interest card. Obviously, because you're new to the country, you haven't had any credit score, so the banks will perceive you as having higher risks. From my experience, I went to Lloyds when I wanted my first UK bank account, and since I had a Lloyds bank account, I thought I would apply for credit card application with Lloyds, which was successful. Also, I submitted a credit card application with Aqua. and that was also successful. Now what I recommend you doing, try googling credit card for new UK resident or first credit card in the UK, that sort of thing, and see what comes up and pick the one that you prefer. But yeah, like I said, Aqua cards, not sponsored this video by the way, but just my experience, I got approved with no problem. Now the second thing to bear in mind when using your first credit card in the UK is that use only a small percentage of your credit limit. So for example, my first credit limit was 750 and I was using it every month, but I was using for the amount of £100, £150, never go above that. And I highly recommend you not to go over 15% or 10%. Try using really small amount. Use small amount, use it regularly and pay on time, because what you want to be doing is you want to show them that you're using your card and you can pay them off every month without delay. However, at the same time, you don't want to be signaling to the agencies that you're relying too much on the credits and that you're short of cash. The third thing I would like you to know when it comes to credit card is that always pay in full on time without delay. In fact, one of the main factors that negatively impacting your credit scores is delay payments. Don't pay the minimum amount, pay in full. I mean, you're not using the credit card to that much amount anyway, is only small amount. So yeah, you want to show that you're able to pay those off. So yeah, please do not build up your debts. I'm also listing here some of the factors that could negatively impact your credit score. So do please take note of them and follow. The last thing I want you to note on credit cards is that don't go around and apply for too many credit cards at once, especially if you get rejected. Wait maybe around 3 months or more until you apply for another one. The reason being, every time you get rejected from one of them, that sends a record to the credit score agency, and that can impact negatively on your credit score. Also, when you apply for too many cards in one go, it kind of like, for them, it kind of looks desperate and suspicious. So yeah, please don't do that. Like I said, I only apply for Lois and Aqua. And to be honest, I didn't even use my Aqua card. I just used my Lois, and it was enough for me to build my credit history and improve my credit score. So yeah, one card is enough. Just pick one and then you're good to go. The next tip I have for you is to get all your monthly household bills under your name, if possible, obviously, and then get all these bills paid by direct debit from the bank account that you created. Remember the UK bank account that we spoke about, my very first tip? Yeah, get those bills paid from that bank account. This one, personally, I found very powerful. And let me tell you why I said this. 6 months into getting my first credit card, I was using credit card every month for grocery shopping, small bills. And after 6 months, I applied for a mobile contract because obviously I wanted a new phone, I mean, right? And when they were doing a soft credit check, it came back rejected. So obviously that wasn't enough. So it wasn't until then I realized I had to do something else. So I set up all my monthly bills as a direct debit on my main UK bank account, and within just a couple of months I applied for the phone contract again, and voila. So what I mentioned are the basics really that you should be doing to build your credit history or improve your credit score if it's not looking very good. But there are also more things that you could do. So what you can do is, and that's what I did as well, try to get like small credits. So for example, phone contract, or get Tesco credit card. That's also something you can do. And as always, get them paid in full on time. Like I said earlier, it's going to take you a couple of months until you actually see the results, but keep going at it. Keep checking your credit score, whatever website you use. Like I said, personally, I use ClearScore, and all the screenshots that I have provided are from ClearScore. Keep checking your score. I promise you, if you stick to it, you definitely see results. As always, I do hope this video was helpful to someone out there in the YouTube world. If you have any suggestions or any comments at all, leave them down in the comments and we can keep in touch that way. And as usual, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more from me, then please consider subscribe Take care for now, guys. I will see you next time. ขอบคุณค่ะ